Hey, in this video lecture, I want to show you that how we find out all the factors of any given number. And we'll take a smaller number in this video, and in the next video, we'll take a larger number or the greater number to show you that how we find the common factors. And let's take number 36. Let's take number 36 here. And we have to find all the positive factors. Now, by all the factors, we mean that all those whole numbers which this number, that is 36, is divisible by. All the possible whole numbers which this 36 is divisible by. Now, you know that for any number, 1 will be its smallest factor. 1 will be its smallest factor, and that number per se, that number itself will be its largest or the greatest, its greatest factor. Okay, so we'll put 1, that is a smaller factor, smallest possible factor at one end, and we'll put the greatest possible factor of any number at this end, and in this case it's 36. And we are just trying to represent a list of the possible factors, right? So there is no way possible that you can have any smaller factor than 1, and there is no way that you can have a greater factor than 36 in this case. Now, having said that, so 1 times 36 will give you 36, right? Since 36. Now, since 1 was the smaller factor, we represented it here. 36 was the greatest factor of these two. We represented it here. Is this number divisible by 2? Yeah, this will be, because it has 6 at its unit place. So 36 divided by 2, you'll get 2 here, 1 here, and 16, and you have 18. So this is divisible, and it will be 2 times 18 will be 36, and since 2 is the smaller of these two, so you'll write 2 here. 18 is the greater of these two, so you'll write 18 here. You're just forming a list of all possible factors. Now what about 3? So in order for any number to be divisible by 3, the sum of the digits of that number should be divisible by 3. And in this case, you have 3 plus 6, right? 3 and 6. This is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. Therefore, this number 36 itself will be divisible by 3. By how much? The question is by how much? 36 divided by 3. This is 1. 1 here. 6 here. You have 2. 6. And go on. You have 3 times 2 will be 36, right? Since 3 is a smaller one, we'll write 3 here, and 12 is a greater one, we'll write 12 here. Okay, now what about 4? Will this be divisible by 4? So you can divide it 36 and then 4. This will be 9 and 36. So this is gone. Yes, this is divisible. So 4 times 9 will be 4 times 9 will be 36. Okay, so 4 is a smaller one, we'll write 4 here. 9 is the greater one, so we'll write 9 here. What about 5? No, this number will not be divisible by 5 because it has 6 at its unit place. And in order for any number to be divisible by 5, it should have 0 or 5 at its unit place. What about 6? So for any number to be divisible by 6, that particular number should be divisible by 2 and at the same time should be divisible by 3 also. So 36 is divisible by 2 and 36 is divisible by 3. Therefore, this number 36 will be divisible by 6, right? So 36 is divided by 6, you'll get 6 and 36. So you have 6 times 6 is 36. Now, whenever you reach any such condition, like suppose you were finding all the positive factors of suppose a number b, suppose the number b, you have a number b, and you went on doing factors like in this way here, and you reach to a point where you have, suppose, say e times e is a number, and e times e is equal to b, right? Like here you did 1 times 36 and 2 times 18, so in the same way you reach to this point, and it represents it like this way, right? You have 6 times 6 is 36, so here e times a is b. Whenever you reach in such a condition or situation, just stop here only, and you don't need to find any further factors. Like here you got 6 times 6, just stop here. You don't need to check for 7 because you'll not find that answer, and just write 6 here. Write 6 here, right? So e times a is equal to b. Here 6 times 6 is 36. Just stop here. You don't need to check for 7, or you don't need to check for 8, okay? Because those numbers will not be the factor, okay? Whenever you reach in such condition, whatever number it is, if you reach this scenario, that's e times a is equal to b, or for example here it was 6 times 6 is 36, just stop here. And this is the final list. This is the final list of all the possible factors.